Hey everybody, I'm Katallina, and today we're here to talk about episode 5 of Acro Trip. Today's episode was stuffed with so many funny things it's almost difficult deciding on a place to start, but since the focus of the episode seemed to be primarily on the scheme to get a hold of Berry Blossom's wand, let's start there just because it'll at least give us a good starting point. I think that it's really cool that something I've noticed is that it's actually Chizuko who actually comes up with a lot of the ideas for the characters. I think that's really cute. I mean, Chroma will want to teach her something, but so often the joke is that he messes up. Not out of any sense of malice or anything, but often because, for example, as we see again in this episode, he runs out of power too quickly during the month, which is absolutely hilarious. In this circumstance, though, while our heroes, or villains, actually get a hold of the wand, the way that Berry Blossom actually reacts to this is really funny. Because instead of trying to get the wand back, instead of being super upset, instead of anything else, what she ends up essentially doing is going on eBay and buying more wands. And it's all like, oh no, these ones are fake. Oh wait, these ones are real. And the real ones are like, magic sold separately, which just about had me on the floor because it makes me think of like any other like object or toy or whatever that somebody could potentially want to buy, and just how that kind of stuff usually works and how basically like economic industry works as a whole. Each sold separately, batteries not included, that kind of thing. You get my drift. But that was really funny. And then to see her actually show up and she's got like 20 wands on her and they're trying to give her wand back, that was hilarious. Seeing Chroma in the bandages was, again, really, really fun. I mean, the idea that he just keeps getting screwed up is just absolutely priceless because, I mean, he is not an amazing villain. The whole joke, at least in large part, seems to be that he is completely hopeless. I find him super adorable though, so it doesn't make me mad or anything. He just doesn't seem necessarily like he has the temperament for evil. It's like he's trying to fulfill a role, and that's interesting in and of its own right. I'd also like to mention that I think he actually takes better care of Chizuko than the cat does of Berry Blossom. And we definitely get to see a good chunk more of that. We also get to see that there is some deception between her and the cat, and that the cat kind of messes with her, like the thing not being a barbecue and instead being based off of charcoal, which upsets her for some reason. Now, you can do charcoal barbecuing, so I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. Maybe it's a cultural thing I'm missing, that's possible. We also get to see a bit more about the overall backstory and the origin story, first off, of how Berry and the cat meet, and the fact that the cat just seems kind of like, oh, he realizes he can use her and he starts doing so. He's not as disgusting as the cat from what we watched last season with the magical girl and the evil lieutenant. I mean, the cat hasn't done anything lewd, which thank God, because that was just nightmare fuel. But the cat definitely seems like he's in this for his own motives, and I do not trust him. If I had to pick a side, I would far rather go with Chroma, even with his incompetence, over going with this cat who does seem smarter, but who seems like he's a bit of a user and a bit of a jerk. I mean, Chroma, for all of his, quote, evil deeds, again, seems to genuinely care about Chizuko and about the grandpa. And seems like he's genuinely nice to them, even though he has powers. And I mean, my gut tells me that if Chroma wanted to be a bad guy, he could. But I just don't think he has it in him. The sequence with the grandfather driving the truck and the little bears in the back with Chroma, and then them getting stopped by the police, was also really funny. Because the police are like, oh, are you going to some event? Oh, you look like some kind of superhero. And Chroma doesn't really argue with them, but afterward he's just fuming in the back of the truck like, I'm a villain, damn it. And it's like, are you so sure, sir? Are you so super sure? And then, of course, at the end, we have to talk about the situation with the fish. It was funny on so many different levels. The fact that Berry Blossom in her human form has no idea who Chroma is. The fact that she then, once she finds out who he is, has started thinking that Chroma might be her biggest fan, which is really, really funny. And then the aspect of her personality that's like, gee, maybe I should have given him a bigger fish. And the cat's reaction was just gorgeous. And then, of course, Chizuko's reaction to being given the fish by Chroma and having no idea what it is, and Chroma not wanting to tell her what it is, and Chizuko going, what on earth am I supposed to do with this fish? And I notice, despite her confusion, she doesn't just throw it out or something, because while she worships Berry Blossom, I actually think she's becoming more and more so friends with Chroma as well, and I don't think she'd want to necessarily hurt his feelings. Overall, though, I think we had a lot of fun stuff in this episode. It's definitely one of the more jam-packed episodes. I think that there was so much really awesome humor here, and I was thoroughly impressed. I also like all the weird and quirky angles that we got for the characters and their different personalities. But those were just my thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking, so drop a comment below and let me know. And I'll talk to you in the next video. See you later. Bye!